The Roman Empire, one of the most powerful civilizations the world has ever seen. But what if I told you this? This vast empire was brought down more by its own leaders than by external enemies. Here are the 5 worst emperors in Roman history. 1. Honorius, one of the most critical figures in the decline of the Western Roman Empire. He was a weak, indecisive, and ineffective leader. While the empire crumbled, he preferred to hide in his safe palace. And during his reign, one of the most shameful events in history occurred. In 410, the Visigoths, under Alaric, sacked Rome. Imagine, a city that had been untouched for centuries, fell because of the weakness of its own emperor. This event was the beginning of the end for Western Rome. 2. Elagabalus, one of the most unusual and controversial emperors in Roman history. He ascended the throne at a young age, but completely disregarded Roman traditions. He abandoned the Roman gods and tried to force the acceptance of Elagabal, the sun god of Syrian origin. The Senate was furious. The army was restless. But he was living in pomp, entertainment, and scandal. The result? He was killed by his own Praetorian guards. His body was dragged through the streets of Rome. 3. Commodus III, son of the legendary emperor Marcus Aurelius. But unlike his father, he chose to entertain himself instead of governing the state. He declared himself Hercules reborn. He entered the arena like a gladiator and fought. This was a disgrace for the Roman people. An emperor was putting on a show on stage. State affairs were completely neglected. Corruption increased. Order collapsed. Finally, he too was killed as a result of a palace conspiracy. 4. Caligula. At first, he was a darling of the people, but soon, he became one of the most feared figures in Roman history. He declared himself a god. He humiliated senators and had some executed. According to legend, he even wanted to put his horse in a government position. Madness, intoxication with power? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, he was killed by his own guards. 5. Nero, perhaps the most famous. It is said that he played the lyre while Rome burned. Whether this is true is unknown, but the fact is, his reign was marked by great fires, rebellions, and chaos. He focused more on the stage than on the empire. He saw himself as an artist. The people were starving, but he was putting on a show. Finally, the Senate and the army turned their backs on him. When he had nowhere left to run, he took his own life. And before he died, he said these words, "What a great artist is dying with me." It wasn't just barbarians who destroyed Rome. Sometimes the greatest downfall comes from within. So, in your opinion, who really destroyed Rome? The enemies or its own leaders? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like for more videos like this.